All right, good morning and welcome to this very special Akashic Records experience. This is my special monthly VIP event for all of you beautiful souls who want to come and hear some wisdom from your own personal Akashic guides. Let's just do a quick little grounding to set the tone. So just sit back and take a couple of deep breaths. Close your eyes and just relax. Focus on your breathing. Let all the thoughts and worries that came with you today just slide away. Mother Earth will absorb them for you, leaving you light and free to fully participate in our experience. And this is a collective experience. All of your energy comes together to create a unique experience each time we meet. And now with your eyes closed, just look up and notice a big pillar of white, brilliant light descending towards you, coming closer and closer until it reaches your crown chakra and it enters your body very gently, sliding down over your face, past your neck, resting lightly on your shoulders, and notice it expanding to encompass your entire body as it slides down your abdomen, your hips, your legs, all the way down until it reaches the floor or the ground. And you are now ensconced in this beautiful white pillar of light. And you may feel a little tingle in your body as this light just lights you up and brings you the love and the healing energy of divine. Know that you are safe in this place. It's a beautiful feeling as this light ignites your senses, your neural pathways. And that is my dog taking a long drink. My apologies. And just absorb all of that love and know that you are a child of the divine. You are perfect. You are amazing. There's nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. You have everything you need when you tune in and take advantage of the love and the power that's being shared with you, minute by minute, second by second, from your Creator. And now just take a second and thank the divine and your team for all that they have done and all that they will do. And when you are ready, open your eyes. Perfect. Okay, Jen, you're at the top, so I'm going to unmute you. And go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, good morning. My daughter is actually awake.
Demi, it's lovely to meet you. Thank you. So what is your question, Jen?
Does she just have any news from her spirit guides or from her guardians or anybody that wants to give her a message?
Okay. So for Demi, who's very ill and in the hospital, what wisdom and guidance do you have to share today? And I'm just feeling this big burst of love that's filling my heart chakra. So this is for you, Demi. Just allow yourself to feel that love filling your heart chakra. And it's like you are being embraced by divine. I can feel all of your guides standing around you, putting their arms around you, and just holding you tightly to their bosoms. They want you to feel that love that they're sharing with you and telling you that they've got you. They have you wrapped in the arms of love with all of the healing energy of divine flowing through you. And just breathe and allow that healing energy to flow through you. So whichever direction your soul decides to take, you've got that love to carry you through. And just know that you are here for as long as your soul wants to be here. And you can fight if you choose to. It's totally up to you. And the only answer is the one that best serves you. So they are encouraging you, they're cheering you on, they're clapping and telling you you are so amazing, and they have so enjoyed working with you, and they anticipate working with you for a very long time. So don't hesitate to reach out. You cannot ask for too much, Demi. Don't be afraid to ask for more. Keep asking, expecting, and receiving. And the receiving is really important. They're emphasizing that now. So if you can imagine them reaching their arms out to you and embracing you, and just allow yourself to feel that embrace and the energy that pours through your body. Miracles can and do happen every single day. And there is no reason that if you choose, you cannot have your miracle. So they're asking you to trust and be at peace. Be at peace and allow that healing energy to flow through you. And they're blowing you kisses. It's just, they're trying so hard in every way they can think of to express that love for you, because they want you to know how deeply loved you are. Never doubt that. So there's a pause now. Is that helpful, Demi?
Do you have any other questions? No, that was really good. And I'll let others go first. I'll take my turn at the end. Thank you so much. I'll let her go back to sleep.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Jen. All right, Natalie, you're next. Go ahead. What's your question?
So this week, several times what's come up for me is a sense of being abandoned by when a client has been a no-show. And so this morning I went back and connected with my part that had experienced waiting up for my father the night that he was murdered. And I just would like to know, is that the origin of this discomfort that I'm having in my life now when people are a no-show? And what can I do to heal that? Is there, what do I need to know about that that would be beneficial to me now?
Okay, let's see what they have to say about that. So for Natalie, this feeling of abandonment, is this all about her father? No, it's bigger than your father. So it's karmic. So it's happened to you before, and that's why it's hitting you so deeply, because there's a deep pattern there that it's happened. Yeah, it's happened many times. And so it's coming up for you now, Natalie. This is the wonderful news, because you're ready to release it. So that's the great thing. So let's just probe a little more. Let's see. I've got a little background noise here. Okay. So let's just probe a little more and see what they can tell us about this abandonment. Yeah, I'm seeing like multiple versions of you, Natalie, at various ages as a young person, crying and reaching out and feeling alone and bereft. That bereft is important. That really hits me here. So yeah, it's happened. And I'm seeing a war-torn scene. That was one of the lives where everyone around you was dying, and there you were standing and lost and crying and not knowing what to do. Before then you were also killed. And so that was like, that's a powerful one, Natalie, because that was a death scene, right? That was the last thing that was on your mind before you left that particular lifetime. And it seems a pattern that when it happens right at the end, it leaves a deeper imprint. So there's some real powerful emotion I'm feeling, which of course you would imagine from that kind of a scene. Yeah, so it's almost like your face is being peppered in front of me, these iterations of abandonment, lifetime after lifetime. So Natalie, what I want you to do is send me an email and remind me that I need to give you a special clearing to clear this. Does that make sense? And we'll see what's going on with that.
Thank
And
you.
let me just ask now if there's anything else they want to share with you about that. Yeah, it's a very heavy feeling, so I understand why you are hit with it each time it happens. Okay, so it's feeling like the clearing is going to be what you need, and I'm not getting anything else about that right now. So just let me know as the call goes on if anything comes up for you, if you get a flash of a vision or anything, because that would be important, and then we can revisit that.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so let's see. Joanne, you're next. Go ahead.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you fine.
Okay. I'm not sure what question I have, but I was just wondering if they had a message for me.
Okay, so let's just see what they have for Joanne.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. I'm seeing you as this little girl doing jumping jacks. So that's the first thing that comes up. So that feels like an encouragement for more physical movement and more playtime.
Mm-hmm.
And a definite big yes about that. You need to get out and move your body more and have more of that free flowing time. It's like I see you kind of floating gently. You're walking, your feet are on the ground, but it's the very floaty energy. So they're encouraging you to step more into that lightness and flow rather than allowing that heaviness to weigh you down and impede your journey, because it feels like you've been trying to move through water and it's very dense and it's very heavy and it's slowing you down and it's frustrating and holding you back. And they're saying, no, it doesn't have to be that way. Just take some deep breaths. Let go of that. Let go of the forcing. Don't force things, because when you do that, it causes more friction. It makes things harder. And you want to be in the flow. Does that make sense?
Yes, a lot. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. So let me know if anything else comes up about that.
Okay.
It looks like Lorena? Lorena?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi.
Hi.
What's your question?
I just want a general reading. I've never had this done before, so
Okay, so tell me how to say your name properly.
it's Lorena.
Lorena. Okay, I was wrong on all counts. All right, so what do you have to share with Lorena? I'm getting water immediately, like a waterfall, and the water just flowing very powerfully. Yeah, it's the more I focus on it, the more powerful it gets. So it feels like Niagara Falls, like really pounding, pouring water. And so that's about movement and that's about change, right?
Right.
So that's encouraging you to step forward. Don't be hesitant. Decisive action. That's what it's feeling like. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, so they're calling you to take, I'm feeling like a rope now. There's a rope that's attached to you, and so you're holding this rope, and it's like you're in a tug of war. And they're encouraging you, don't resist, go with it. Stop fighting, go with it, because there's something that's waiting for you. There's like this door that you've been afraid to open. And they're saying, you're safe, you're protected, we've got your back. Go explore. You have to go and try out new things until you find the one that is the best for you. So don't hesitate. Of course, use discernment, because you don't want to rush without looking before you leap, right? You don't want to jump over that waterfall if you don't have some protection. But they're showing me now, you're leaping off the waterfall and this helicopter comes along and they've got you on this line. So the helicopter grabbed you, that's your guides rescuing you, right? And they're floating you gently back down to the earth. So you took that leap of faith in this vision and you were fine. They had your back, they carried you down, you're on the ground and you're hooting and hollering because you're feeling so good that they took that much care of you, that they were right there, Johnny on the spot for what you needed. And it just feels so wonderful. So you're celebrating, you're doing a little boogie about that. And now you're looking around with this anticipation and excitement. It's like, oh, that was really cool. Now what am I going to do next? So that's the energy that's coming through. Is that helpful?
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool. Good. All right, so Kat, you're up next. What's your question?
So I was originally going to just go with hearing the message, but I think I'm going to go with what's kind of going through my mind a lot. I was really close with a friend of mine, and we had a relationship, and I feel like he betrayed me and our relationship, and it broke my heart to a point where I am not sure where I want him in my life anymore. And it's hurting my body physically. My sacral and my throat is closing. Even my head's hurting, and I'm not sure what to do. I'm also overwhelmed with a lot of things that are going on in my life. I'm sure you read what's going on. So maybe there's a message or something.
Okay. So what do you have to share with Kat about this difficult romantic situation and how it's flowing into the rest of her life? Yeah, I see you standing in this like a big circular room. So it's like a box, but it's circular. And so you're all closed in and it's kind of dark. So it's hard to see and there's a lot of confusion. And it's like you're walking around and you've got your hand out and you're touching that wall and you're walking all the way around and you're looking for an exit and you're not finding one. And so what comes is there's too much struggle, Kat. More relax. Because when you relax and you breathe, just focus on your breathing. Don't worry about anything else for right now. Just relax and breathe. When you do that, you will get more clarity of vision because there is an exit there. It's just hidden from you because of all of that chaos and stress that's going on that hides it from you. And so it's relax into it and trust. Know that your guides will provide a way out. And oh yeah, another helicopter. Okay, so today's helicopters. So this line is dropping down. There's a light from the helicopter shining down on you, and they're like Kat through that megaphone kind of thing. They're calling down to you, Kat, we're here to rescue you. And this line comes down, and you buckle yourself into this apparatus that they sent down to you, and they just gently lift you right up. And there you go. You're out of that dark cone now. You're coming into the light, and they're flying you away. They're not setting you down right away. This is interesting. They're taking you on a bit of a journey. So they're flying you. We're going across the countryside now. We're going across a big river. We're crossing some dark patches. And now they brought you to this beautiful clearing outside of woods. And it's sunny, and there's beautiful grass, and there's butterflies and birds chirping and flowers. And it's just, oh, this most idyllic scene. And that's where they're setting you down gently in the grass. And there you are, and you're taking some deep breaths, and there's even some tears coming because you're releasing all of that pent-up emotion. You're just letting it go because it's been tucked away for a while and it's been really weighing on you. Oh, and you're doing some breathing and releasing. And now you're like Julie Andrews on top of the mountain in Sound of Music. Your arms are out and you're just spinning around, and you're appreciating all of the beauty and the sunshine and the miracle that you were rescued from that dark place. And so they want you to know that that's there for you, Kat. You just have to choose it. You have to take your thoughts away from the darkness and focus on the light, because you are the boss of your thoughts. You don't have to dance with darkness. You can release that when you choose. And it will keep trying to creep back in, but you just release it and replace it with those beautiful, uplifting thoughts. And you keep doing that like a dog chasing its tail until they stop. Because know that this is a habit that you can break. You've gotten into that pattern of that darkness being there, and it's like an old friend that you dance with, and I don't think that's what you would choose if you were consciously choosing something. So you can release it, and they just want you to know that you keep practicing, And it's like walking that tightrope. The more you practice, the better you get. And soon there you are, perfectly balanced, walking across it with ease. You've got this because your team is there to support you. And they will help you. You start teetering, they're going to be right there on either side, holding you up, helping you to develop the new skills and the new muscles that you need to navigate that path. Does that help, Kat?
Sort of. I'm just not sure exactly why I had to go through this lesson. So I'm not sure what the lesson is, why I had to go through this such intense pain and heartache. That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, and of course they're saying you chose it, Kat. You didn't have to go through it. As soon as you recognize it as something that's not in your highest and best interest, you can let it go. But of course, this human experience has taught us not to do that. It's absolutely a contradiction to what your soul wants, because your soul says as soon as you're in a situation that doesn't serve you, let it go. Why would you keep dancing with that darkness? Don't let obligation and responsibility tell you what's best for you, because it's not. It's what lights you up. It's what leads you forward on your soul expanding journey. Let those other things go. So it's more about those limiting beliefs that have been just imprinted on us by society, and they're so wrong. They don't serve us as souls. So it's time to question everything, and things that do not serve you, let them go. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's just hard to know what the questions to ask when I don't know what they are. You know, how did I get from one great mindset to choose something that doesn't make sense? You know, I still don't understand. You know, I understand, like, I'm practicing the breathing, I'm practicing everything you're saying. I am practicing, and I have been, and that's why it's so confusing for them to say that, because I have been doing that. I'm trying to understand, and it still doesn't really make sense.
Okay, so let's ask.
And I'm sorry. I know you're. You know, I apologize.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We're all right. We're good. So let's just ask them to specify. A little bit more detail would be helpful for Kat. So it's an old pattern. I'm seeing you playing, you know, that game of pick up sticks, and you're picking up all these sticks, and you're just in that rote. You just keep doing that. You just keep endlessly picking up sticks. And they're saying, Kat, you're not even enjoying this. Why are you picking up all these sticks? Stop doing that. So it's an invitation for you, Kat, to look at your life, examine it. Where are you doing these repeating patterns that don't bring you joy and that ultimately don't serve you? And they're not going to tell you what to do. You have to make new choices. So it's about an invitation for you to examine everything, literally question everything. Why am I getting up at this time of the morning, for instance? I mean, even that detailed. Why am I every day doing this, and why am I doing that? And pick the ones that work, discard the rest. So, you know, in that pickup sticks game, you had to discard the ones that didn't work, or you'd get overloaded. You'd have this big pile of sticks that would weigh you down. So there you are, being crushed by the weight of all those responsibilities and things you have picked up. It's start discarding, letting things go. It's like decluttering, right? Except in this case, it's an energetic decluttering, letting go of thoughts and things that don't serve you. So just as you picked up those sticks, you picked up those thoughts, and they're all there, and they keep popping up and haunting and tormenting you. So let them go. And it may be a bit of a longer process than you would like, because it's going to take time to release them. You didn't pick them all up in one instant, right? You can, it's possible to release them all in one instant, but part of the lesson is learning to consciously and purposefully examine and let go. So just go through them all methodically, releasing, releasing, releasing. Start there. Know that it's not going to be a flash and bam, you're a new person. It is a journey, and that's part of what you're experiencing, and that's frustrating, I know, because you want it now. But as long as you're making progress. Oh, and here's the other thing. Stop focusing on that you've still got this stuff. Focus on the wins. what is good, what have you won, what have you accomplished and let go of, and be in gratitude and appreciation for yourself for what you have done. And then keep moving forward doing that, and more appreciation, and that will build and build and build. So as long as you stay in that headspace of, yeah, but I still have all this crap, you're not going to as quickly step into that other space of appreciation for, oh my gosh, I'm feeling so much lighter today than I did yesterday. Does that make sense?
Yes. Thank you very much. I appreciate you taking the extra time.
Yeah, you're welcome. Neha, you're next. I'm trying to unmute you. Maybe you're doing it yourself. See if you can unmute yourself, Neha, because it's for some reason it's not letting me unmute you.
Yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
you unmuted me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're a little in and out, but go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, I wanted to ask like why my upper body is so heavy. Like I am a healer, so I am doing all kinds of healing. I wanted to ask why I have this big belly and big face and so much fat stored in the upper body. I want to have a clue so that I can go on that healing journey and be the slim, fit, and gorgeous that I want.
So Neha, what do you have to share with Neha about the excess that she feels in her upper body that's blocking her ability to be that complete healer that she desires to be?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's feeling like a weight, like very heavy, like holding you down on the earth, like there's this buried fear of floating away if you don't consciously weight yourself for some reason. So let's see what that's about. So Neha, what this is coming from is when you first incarnated your very first time, you incarnated on Polaris, which is the North Star. And Polaris is very intent upon grounding the earth, right? And providing direction and stability, constancy, consistency. That's part of how that soul group is wired. And so that's weighing you down. And it's an unconscious thing, but it's from way, way back from the very first time you incarnated. So this is about you shifting your perception and understanding that that's old programming that no longer serves you. You do not have to weight the earth. She is perfectly capable of doing that herself. And in this case, it's backfiring, not helping you, and it's impeding you on your soul journey. So what they're showing me is you doing
Okay.
some breathing exercises where you are visualizing, releasing, and lifting yourself up and being lighter. It's a conscious effort on your part now that you understand why it is, right? So consciously focus on that. Do your regular meditation. And in that, you're going to be visualizing yourself like these little bubbles releasing off of you, just coming off in waves, just letting it go. And it will be a process. It's going to take a little time because it's you shifting the way you interact with the earth and with those on the earth, knowing that that is not your responsibility to hold everybody down and the earth. They're all okay. You can let that go. And in the doing, I'm seeing your heart chakra opening up because you're now feeling so much lighter and you're lifting up. And as you're doing that, that heart chakra opening up is going to allow you to step into the joyous side of being a healer, not the heavy side. And then when you do your healing, focus on channeling divine energy from your crown chakra through your heart chakra and beaming it to them. Never give them your own energy. It's always beaming divine energy. And when you do that, that divine energy, as it passes through you, is also going to lift you up and heal and rejuvenate you at the time. So you should never feel heavy and weighed down by doing healing, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah, it was greatly help. It was like a very surprising thing, and I think that it will help me. I will do these things.
Okay, and keep me posted. Let me know how that goes.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Okay, Jacqueline. There you go. What's your
Can
question?
you hear me now?
Yes, I hear you. Hi.
Cool. It's nice to talk to you. How are you guys?
Likewise.
I was calling to, I wanted to know what my spirit's guides wanted me to know today, if there was anything they wanted to find me to know about.
Okay, that's perfect. So what do you have to share with Jacqueline today that will nourish and uplift her soul? I'm seeing you dancing, Jacqueline. So they're inviting you, your guides and your angels are inviting you to the dance. And there you are, you're in this big circle with them, and you're all dancing the circle dance together, and big smiles and giggles. And it's just so delightful, and it's uplifting because there you are, and the energy of all of those gathered is coming together and forming something much larger. And in the center of this big circle, it's like this big energy column that is being fed by your collective energy. So this is you participating with your guides and angels to put more energy out into the world. And it's then lifting up, and like fireworks, it's going off and it's expanding, and it's going out and it's blessing all those around. Does this make sense to you?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I'm not, I think it's great because and this is like my first time. And so I really appreciate you inviting me.
Yeah, that's awesome. So they're just inviting you to dance with them and be part of that collective sharing of love and energy, which is so beautiful.
Oh, cool. Hey, thank you.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I just wanted to know how I can build a stronger relationship with my kids and my spirit guides and angels to be a medium, but how to believe in myself more in all my relationships.
I'm not sure I understand that. You want to step more into your gift of being a medium?
Yeah, but how to believe in myself, what comes through, and be able to have a stronger connection with my spirit guide to build a stronger relationship.
Okay. So Joanne wants to have a deeper, more connected relationship, to hear you more clearly, which then will help with her relationships. Is that what you're saying?
Well, to become a more with my relationships, but also work in my mediumship to become more, believe in myself.
Yeah. So it's that fear and doubt that I'm feeling coming from you.
Yeah.
And they're saying, Joanne, you've already got that. It's just your ego jumping in and telling you and taunting you that you're making things up. And what they want you to know is you're in this session, right? You're doing your work, and a thought comes in, and often ego will tell you, no, that's just you making it up. But if it's a thought that comes in and it's not something you were normally thinking and it just showed up out of nowhere, that is your gift working. Stop doubting it. Just accept whatever comes, because when you're in that energetic space, ego's on hold anyway. So just trust what's coming through and share it. Don't question it. The more you do that, the easier it will get. It's just like slick, like somebody greased it, right? So in that doubt, then it's very sticky and it's clumpy and you're having a hard time with the flow. And just know this is not unique to you, Joanne. Pretty much anybody who's doing this kind of work goes through that doubt, and they have to work on it and get through it. So just keep practicing, and don't hesitate to share anything that comes through, because let the client or whoever you're working with validate for you, right?
Okay.
He'll tell you if it doesn't make sense, and then don't take that personally, because sometimes it's just a misinterpretation, right? You're a translator. And that's okay. It doesn't mean you did anything wrong. Just keep doing it. Keep reaching for more. Just like a little bit ago with Kat, when the answer didn't quite live up to what she was looking for, it's okay. Just
Mhm.
can you specify? Give us more detail. And keep asking until you get something that makes more sense. But also know that sometimes things will come through that won't make sense in the moment, and they will later on, because there's some kind of a block. So you just go to your heart chakra and your solar plexus and feel your way through those mediumship readings. Just let it flow with your energy and your intention, trusting that it will all work out for the highest and best for everyone involved. When you do that, this is what I'm feeling. You're getting more light. There's more flexibility in your body. And what's happening is your energy is shifting, and that is also extending to your relationships, right? Because it's like you're tight right now. You're tight and you're kind of bound up. You're not free flowing, flexible and flowing. That's the contrast that I'm feeling from you. So as you step into trust and you allow it to flow more, you're going to find that your entire life. Make sense?
Okay. Yes, it seems like I judge that simple things that come, like a marble or anything that come in. I just like, that's too simple. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you are judging what comes through, and no, that's the ego. Don't judge it. Just tell them, because guess what? It could be something that's ridiculous to you, but it makes perfect sense to them. And when you judge it and you don't share what you're getting, you are actually depriving them of the full message. So what if you see a blob of purple? Tell them you see a blob of purple. Maybe that's their color. Who knows, right? So just your obligation as the connector, the facilitator, is to just share faithfully everything that comes through. They'll let you know whether it makes sense or not. And if it doesn't, ask for more. But when you judge it, you're actually causing the blockage. You're putting these blocks in there, right? And stopping the flow. Just let it all come out, whatever it is. And I understand this totally, because I had to go through it myself.
Okay, thank you. My spirit guides are all with me, and yes.
They got your back. They're cheering you on, dancing, around, encouraging you to just let it flow.
Okay, thank you.
Like the river and flow.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I'm going to pop down to the chat for just a moment and see if I missed anybody. And then we'll go back to the raised hands. Okay, so Ascending Star Reiki.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Yes, I hear you. What's your question?
Hi, yes, ma'am. I'm trying to, learn to more embody a healthy, grounded energy as an empath and stop leaking my energy. Just because I've defaulted into being a people pleaser my whole life, I don't know how to keep my own energy in its sovereign container in order to manifest a healthy, lifestyle and highest timeline.
Okay, and what is your name?
Yes, my name is Z Bell.
Z Bell, okay. So what do you have to share with Z Bell about protecting her energy? I hear this deep voice just laughing, this deep belly laugh, and saying, Z Bell, oh my gosh. All you have to do is end it. So for you, before you go out in the world and you encounter people, stop and do a brief little, just a couple of minutes of centering, grounding, meditation. Just visualize this force field coming down around you and set your intention that you will not leak energy and you will not overgive. Because here's the thing, when you're in that people-pleasing mode, you're depleting yourself. It's like you're that battery, you've got maybe this much energy left, And you know what happens to a battery if you let it run all the way down? It dies.
Yes.
So you don't want to do that. You want to keep recharging yourself. So here's the thing. You are like this big vessel, right? Here you are. Divine energy pouring into you. So visualize that. See yourself being filled to overflowing. You want to be in the overflowing state so that it's coming out all around you, because it's the overflow that you're going to share with other people. You're not going to get depleted. You're going to stay full. You have to stay full yourself. Only give the overflow.
Yes.
That's divine. That's not you. Just as I mentioned earlier, when you do energy healing, you're always channeling divine energy, not yours. People don't need energy. That's energy vampires. They don't need
Yes.
yours. They can all get everything they need from divine. It's just they don't all know how to do that. So you can help them do that. But first do it for yourself. You've got to be in that overflowing state. So now when it comes to people pleasing, stop. Only do for others what feels good to do for others. You know, there's that old Bob Newhart episode that just flashed for me. And it's like he's doing this session with this lady and she's saying, I've got this problem and that problem. And he says, okay, are you listening to me? This is what I want you to do. Stop it. Really funny. You should Google that or YouTube it and watch it, because it is hysterical. And yet it makes so much sense, because it's like, I'm doing too much giving to other people. So stop it. Before you give, stop and evaluate. How does this help you? Do you do it out of a place of joy and giving, or is it obligation? Because guess what, Z-Bell, if you're giving out of obligation, you are creating the karma of more obligation. Is that what you want?
Yes. Not at all. And I just don't know any affirmations or prayers I can say to myself to have that shield up, you know, just so I'm able to you know, stay grounded and centered.
Send me an email and I will give you a couple links. I've got some tools that you can use.
Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate everything you're doing. You are really phenomenal and priceless. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, tell you what, don't keep me secret. Spread the word, because we need to get this out to more people. It's very much
definitely
important. Thank you.
Definitely.
Okay,
Thank you.
Your email. Thank you. And if you could mute yourself, because I don't see you on the screen right now, that would be great. So the next person, asking for anonymity. So you talk about suffering from type 2 diabetes and some other ailments. You want to tap into a source of energy to alleviate these ailments and improve your well-being. You want to open your third eye. A copper pyramid, I'm not familiar with that one, but I have some ideas about the other. So crystal. So it's not clear to me. Can you unmute yourself and give me a little more explanation? Because it sounds like these are energy healings that you're thinking of using. And yeah, they all sound great. If you send me an email, I've got a very special meditation that's a third eye opening that's from Archangel Metatron. So I'd be happy to share that with you. So just send me an email and ask for that. So I'll just ask if they have anything to share with you about healing these ailments. Yeah, so meditation, of course, is where you're going to start. And you're going to allow that healing energy to just come and pour into you. And what I want you to know, just like we started out with the grounding, how that pillar of white light came in, when you're doing it with healing, it's going to be mixed with a golden white light, and it's going to come down. And I want you to feel it very slowly working its way through your body, cell by cell, slowly working all the way down through your entire body. And let this take as long as it needs to take. It's going to come down bit by bit through your body, bringing healing, love, and energy all the way through you. And understand, this is not a one-time thing. You've got a lot of layers of healing to do. So keep doing it as often as you need to. Keep allowing it to heal you bit by bit. What's going to happen is, it's like this big beaver dam, right? You're going to keep applying this healing technique to it. And what's going to happen is at some point you're going to hit that maximum energy, and it's just going to burst and go. And then you will get more of a rapid healing. But the other thing to understand about this kind of a healing is you do want to go slowly and in stages, because if you go too rapidly, you can throw your body into a healing crisis, which can really feel miserable. So it didn't happen overnight. Allow it to process bit by bit. So try that. Send me an email. Let me know how that's going, and I will be happy to send you that third eye opening meditation. So I hope that's helpful. Christine, hi. Did you have a question? Do you want to unmute yourself?
Hi, Deborah.
Hi.
Hi, nice to see you again.
Great to hear from you.
Well, yes. So I'm now with David, and we'll be together for 6 months for the moment. And we're back in France, and I'm working. So maybe a general message would be nice. I don't have anything in particular.
Okay. General is always good. So what do you have to share with Christine today? I'm getting the Mexican hat dance, so they're celebrating for you, Christine. So they're dancing around the hat, and oh, it's very fancy because they're doing the flamenco, the tap dancing, and very, you know how when they do that dance, the movements are very kind of spiky and precise. They're doing that, so that's about showing you precision and care and specificity. And I don't know why that comes up, but that's what it is. And it's a real, a deep focus, right? It's not light and airy like so many of the other messages today have been. This is very precise movements. And is that making any sense to you?
Well, where I live, we actually have French flamenco. We have a lot of gypsy living here. So yes, I'm surrounded by it. Yes.
But their movements are more fluid, aren't they?
No. They can be quite abrupt too. Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's just ask what that is about, because that's very strange. Because I'm used to fluid and flowing, not this kind of sharp precision.
Unlike the Spanish one, it's a little bit more, how can I say, raw. Yes.
Okay. And how does that make you feel when you encounter that?
Well, this is part of where I live for the moment, and I'm not sure I want to stay here. So that's really interesting you bring this up.
Because it feels sharp and uncomfortable. So it's almost like a prickly cactus, right? It's like, hey, Christine, if it's not feeling good, why are you staying there? Move away from it already.
That's it.
Yeah, so that's what it feels like. Does that help?
It does. Thank you very much. It
You're
does.
welcome. Okay, so Daniel, I don't see a hand raised, so go ahead and unmute yourself.
Okay, she said that she could feel, she had a heavy message. It was like something really precise.
So Daniel, if you're here, can you unmute yourself?
Just went some real quick because you brought this up, but for the Mexican hat dance, gal. I don't know if you heard that, but
For Christine.
My string just broke while I was playing something Hispanic. But anyway, it is a pleasure to see you.
Likewise.
I had a wonderful trip to Germany just earlier in the week. I saw my niece, who is, I'm going to start crying if I talk about her. Yeah, she played in this orchestra, and yeah, they're touring Germany and France, and she's 15. I am so unbelievably proud of her. Yeah, it was such, like, when we met, eyes like across the church, it was deer in the headlights. Like, is that really Uncle Dan? It's been 6, she was 9 when I moved. So I have a couple quick questions. One, I sent you an email about a couple ideas, like if you wanted to possibly turn these into podcasts. In the process of it, I haven't done it before, so I don't want to like stick my neck out and then,
Yeah, I'll get back to you on that. So what's your question now?
Well, I wanted to know if there's anything more to last time when you brought up my past life, the car crash. That was, wow, so like I went downstairs to tell Natasha about it, and literally when I got about ready to open my mouth, the show she was watching, and it happened to be very loud, there was this big dramatic car crash, and the main character, like somebody died, and it was just, the timing was unbelievable. And of course, the synchronicities, when you start paying attention, they very are so blatant at times, and other times not so much. But it was just like that. Like, I thank you so much, because that relieved so much pressure from me.
I'm so
That was, pardon?
I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, it really clicks. It, sometimes, I don't know, I'm not a skeptic, but I'm also not someone that's, I'm still learning. I'm still a student. I'm still, trying to decipher the things in our society that are totally there to make us other than what we are. Like, there are so much, and I don't want to get all tinfoil hat or anything like that, but there's so much to it that has been to deceive us, to cripple us in spiritual and health ways. And I guess before I just start rambling again, how can I guess be a better student, be more consciously able to discern what is like for, I started writing a short story about this guy that was watching, like, there's so many ghost like type programs on right now, and it was Ghost Adventures, and I was watching it, and the character was able to see that they were specifically going through partial rituals to have people try them, and have people have a lot of havoc come from that. And it was just an idea that came from me, and I just started writing it. But I do think there's probably some truth to it. And I don't know, I guess I've been trying to connect with my dragon. All of a sudden my mind went blank. You remember my dragon?
Yeah, I do. I forget the name, but I remember the dragon came up.
Yeah, it's Calissa. And so I've just been trying to, I had a lot of time on trains, and and I had such a wonderful, wonderful time, and I could talk for an hour about it, but I don't want to take up other people's time. I guess what is there anything that I'm being a bit blind to? Is there anything that can help me with being a better student via, like, learning Dutch and progress with that? And like, am I holding myself back in ways? Quitting smoking. I had done it for a while, and all of a sudden I'm smoking again, and I want to stop that. I just want to be an all-around better person. And I guess if there's anything that can be helpful, and then I can write to you about the other stuff, and that way it doesn't detract from anything. But
yeah, so what I got while you were talking, Daniel, is like a really strong picture. You're driving a car, and you put the parking brake on. It's all the way to the floor, and then your other foot is on the accelerator, and it's all the way to the floor. So you've got this conflict going on, right? You are wanting to race ahead, but yet somewhere in the back is the saboteur that's the parking brake on.
Yeah.
I mean, there's this struggle, right? And it's like you're going to burn yourself out. So some relaxation and some meditation, asking about these blocks. Now, we know, of course, one of them was that memory of that traumatic lifetime with the car crash, and holding yourself responsible for that many lifetimes forward. And no, you got to let that go. So have you done any kind of purging to release that?
I I mean, I've meditated and been conscious of it and been aware of it and just tried to connect to see if I got any visions of it, to see if I had any. Yeah, I didn't do anything to cleanse it. To be honest, I'm not totally sure how to do that. But I would be glad to. I think it'd be very useful. So
Okay.
if you can direct me to anything.
Yeah, send me an email and remind me to make you a little clearing to clear that specifically. Okay. But here's what I want you to do. When you meditate, I want you to visualize that floor of the car with the emergency brake on and the accelerator on. Mm-hmm. And I want you to see yourself consciously releasing that emergency brake. And I want you to see yourself easing up on that accelerator so you don't burn yourself out. Mm-hmm. Find that happy medium where you're in balance, right? Balance is so important for us as souls energetically. Yeah. That's what we're all needing and seeking. So find that space of balance, put that car on, 50 or 60 or whatever is a nice balanced, easy speed that you can travel through life at without crashing into things.
Yeah, it's funny because I am a Libra, and we're always searching to have that balance, that equilibrium. It's something that we have so much difficulty with. So, yeah, I will definitely do that. And yeah.
Yeah, so try that and let me know how that's going.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks, Daniel.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very, very much.
My pleasure. Okay, so we have Gail. Are you there?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi.
Oh, no, I can't hear you.
Go ahead and ask your question.
Okay. So thank you. First of all, you sent me a video and I just got it today. I just looked at it today, but thank you for that very much.
You're welcome.
But I was told 2 days ago from my doctor that they think I have an autoimmune disease and I have to go to a rheumatologist, but so I do have a lot of pain in my hips and I don't sleep. I just wake up at 2 or 3 every day. I've tried everything and I just can't seem to sleep. So I was just wondering if there's anything I could do about it or what's causing, if there's an emotional issue or.
Okay, so let's see what they have to say about that. For Gail, what do you have to share with her that's going on in her body? It's keeping her from sleeping and that's causing this autoimmune. Yeah, I'm immediately feeling like here's your heart and I see all these straps being wrapped around your heart and squeezing it. So it's a constriction of some sort that's going on. So let's see what that's about. It's like, man, it just snapped down on it and holding it down. So it's like the heart isn't able to even pump fully because it's being constricted. And of course, that's constricting your breathing a little bit too. So that's the pressure I'm feeling. It's like you got an elephant sitting on your chest. It feels very heavy. Yeah, so there's something down deep that's buried very deeply. Some emotion that's been packed down really tight. It's like you took a tamper to it and, battering ram, and it's so deep. It's in your sacral area. That's where it's being held. And it's stuck down there and it needs to be released. So what can you tell us about this? What is that about? Yeah, I'm not getting clarity on what it's about, but I feel this explosion as I try to probe about it. So it's like this big explosion happens and all of this stuff goes, pouring away from it. Shrapnel and whatever else. It's just bam, huge explosion. So is that about releasing what's buried in her sacrum? It was a partial release, but there's more. That's how deep this is, Gail. It's so deep. Is there some traumatic memory?
Yes. When I was a child.
Yeah, I'm feeling child, but I don't know if it's this lifetime or another.
Oh, it was probably this lifetime.
Okay, so it's about letting that go because it's harming you. It's not harming any of the participants. It's harming you. So I see like this box with many flaps around the top of it, and they're starting to slowly open, like a rocket ship coming up out of a missile silo, right? Or missile rather, coming out of the silo. And it comes up and everything flaps open and it slowly emerges and then it takes off, right? That's what's happening in your sacrum. So as you consciously begin to release and heal that old trauma, and you decide, I don't want to carry it in my body anymore, I'm ready to let it go, it's going to start to come up. And you can just let it go right out your crown chakra and let it take off and be gone and transmuted. Your guides will help you with that. So I want you to try meditating and visualize that, like that missile, in your sacral area and see it coming out and being transmuted by light, right? The light's going to come down. It's going to take care of it. It's going to be gone. And see if you feel a little lighter after you do that. I do have some healing meditations on my website that you can grab and try those, because this is going to take more than one session. It's been there a long time. So, you know, it's like somebody said recently, you did it once and you didn't get results. Well, do you take a shower just once in your lifetime and then never again? You know, you got to keep doing it. So plan to do it as often as you feel you need to do it. That could be daily. It could be a couple times a week. It might be once a week. You feel as you go, because you don't want to go too fast and scare yourself and then pull back, right? You need to do it at a pace that works for you. And now that might be fast. You might be ready at this point. And maybe that's why we're talking now, because you are ready to just let it burst out and be gone once and for all. And that would be fabulous. So you can set your intention that it go as quickly as possible. And then do that meditation and see it moving away from you. And if you have trouble with that, let me know and I can help you figure out how to do that more effectively. Does that help?
Yes. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Deborah.
Okay, so Ebony, I unmuted you.
Hi.
Hi.
All right. So my question is, I ended a very toxic relationship about a year ago. Children of my father. I mean, the father of my children. And now I've met a great guy. And of course, now my ex is coming back and he's talking differently and all this sort of stuff. Am I being selfish and stubborn to not even want to consider putting my family back together, or am I better just to keep it moving?
Okay, so for Ebony, would it be an optimal choice for her to give the father of her children a second chance? Wow, I'm getting a yes, Ebony, and that surprises the heck out of me. How do you feel about it?
It doesn't feel good to consider going back.
Yeah, well, you are the arbiter, so you get to choose. So if it doesn't feel good to you, then don't do it, of course. But maybe he's changed, and there's a part of you that's wondering about that. So what I'm feeling is, if you want to give it a try, go very, very slowly. No rush. This is, you get to choose, you get to make the rules. And if he will follow along with that, then maybe it's worth trying. But if he's not willing to do it your way, then bye-bye, right?
Okay, thank you.
I don't know why it's a yes. Like I said, that surprises me. Normally, I would expect it to be a no, because, you know, like burned you once, you're done, right? But there must be something there. So explore, but proceed with caution. And let me know.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Melina, you're unmuted. Go ahead.
Hi.
Hi.
So my question is, I've had a vision, I think, from a past life. It was a past life, I think, somewhere in North America, Northern America, the northern parts of America. And I didn't join this session with the intention to ask about this vision, but this vision popped into my head exactly when you were talking about accepting the thoughts that come into our, you were speaking to a lady, accepting the thoughts that were coming into her head because they might mean something at a certain time.
Right.
So I think I'm ready to know if my guides want to let me know anything about this vision that I had from that past life.
Okay. So what do you have to share with Adelina about this vision from her past life? Well, the first thing is, it's so cool and they're so happy that you got it and you acknowledged it. That's important. So then, yeah, go ahead. Was there something else?
No, I said, yay.
Yeah. So yeah, always when that happens, Adelina, and maybe this is just for validation. So when it happens, it's like, take it, process it, and then you can release it because it's over and done with. The only reason that you get these flashes from a past life is so that you can figure out what the lesson was, and then you can release the energy. So often it's tied to something that's going on in the present. Were you able to connect it to something in the present?
Maybe a feeling of hopelessness and kind of maybe anger because I'm hopeless. And maybe I recently realized last week, I think, that I'm not that hopeless, that I can create things in my life. Is that the lesson?
So did you have the vision before you had that realization or after?
Yes, before, a long time ago.
Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, that vision was there to, it's like opening up the can, right? So it opened you up so that you could process and then consider releasing those feelings because they're tied to old patterns, past lives. You don't need them anymore, but they are showing up today, which is why you need to release it. So it's like when you get to a stage in your journey that you're ready to deal with it, that's when you'll get those flashes from past lives. And then it's like follow the breadcrumbs and figure out where is it connected to the present, and then big sigh and just let it go because you're ready. That's why it came up.
That sounds great.
Awesome.
So that was the lesson, the way I'm interpreting it. Is this the true interpretation, or am I misinterpreting the lesson?
Well, to let go of the hopelessness.
Or the question is if hopelessness was indeed the common lesson between that life and what's happening in the present moment.
Yes, you can see the thread connecting. I can feel the thread connecting them.
Okay.
So now that you're letting it go, then that issue in the present should resolve itself much easier because you've got more clarity about it now. So, you know, at this point, why would you even tolerate a situation that causes you to feel hopeless?
Good question.
Yeah. So that's what it's all about. It's helping you to open up and see that and realize, and also to just for yourself, demand better because you deserve more. You're going to demand better because you deserve more, right?
Demand better?
Yes. You want better. You're not going to settle for hopelessness. Something that causes you to feel hopeless, you want to let that go, the sooner the better.
I like what I'm hearing. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, Sue O'Callahan.
Oh my God.
Hi, go ahead.
Hi. Okay, so I wasn't either. I did a little thing this morning and I clicked on this and I thought, I'm going to click on it again because I didn't know if you'd still be going. And it's interesting. I'm doing this process around forgiveness, like really bringing forgiveness to the community. And I had this awareness this morning that there's like it must be some kind of like, this is another process that I'm offering out to the community. And there's some kind of fear of like, oh my gosh, this is another thing that I'm going to go for and do. And there's some kind of fear of failure or something, and I can feel it. It's deep in my heart. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to raise my hand and ask you to take a look at it.
Okay. So is there a specific question addressed or tapped?
Question is like, what's the, like, either what do I need to do to free it? What is it? Because I know as I go deeper and deeper into the heart, into forgiveness, everything's opening, but I can see that it's there. So I'm asking if you can look and see what it is and what steps I need to take to free myself of it.
So for Sue, what do you have to tell her about this opening that she's feeling? Oh, I see it like a lotus flower that's opening, and as it's opening, there's this golden white beam of light that's flowing onto it. So it's like a smile and love from divine upon this lotus blossom as it's in the process of opening. So it's like this massive but gentle blessing, very soft and warm and uplifting and encouraging also, because it's encouraging the lotus to open up and to fully be. It's saying, come out. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your destiny. Come and step more fully into it. Be all that you want and desire to be. No holds barred. Come on. It's just this invitation to participate, to dance, if you will.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
A divine beckoning, yeah. Right?
Thank you.
It's beautiful. You're welcome.
Yes.
Thanks for sharing that with us. That was really cool. Hi, Julie.
Hi.
What's your question?
Well, I was just wondering what, if you have any messages from my spirit guides for me.
Okay. So what do you have to share with Julie today? I'm seeing a zebra. Does zebra mean anything to you?
Black and white stripes. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go, black and white. So it feels like there's a little too much black and white in your life and not enough color. So this is about stepping out into the sunlight and allowing it to imbue you with more love and light and to bring that color, that vitality. There's vitality that's missing. That's what it's feeling like. It's just like a suppression, a bit of closed down, not fully being in the moment. So again, another invitation to dance with divine, because there's so much more that your soul is seeking, and it's feeling a little bit like the wings are clipped, right? Like you're not out there fully engaging with life. Does that make sense?
Yeah. The black and white. Yeah, needing more color. Yes, more life.
Yeah, so, and now I'm seeing butterflies. And butterflies are very colorful and light, right? And they make us smile because they're so beautiful. So this is like you're being called to come forth like the butterfly. Time to come out of your chrysalis. You're ready for metamorphosis. It's to step out and to step into what your soul intends for this lifetime. And that's not to be shut up in a black and white world where you can't fully express yourself. So it's like, come on out and join the world and contribute the perspective and the joy and the beauty that's inside of you waiting to come out. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so Heidi. Hi.
Hi. Hi, am I muted or unmuted?
I hear you. Go ahead. What's your question?
Okay. I just wanted to, I just finished reading your book, and wonderful contribution, and I appreciate the knowledge that you shared. And I'm wondering, is there any message that I guess I need to receive? I was told through work with a girl who was doing Reiki that my soul wants me to do this on my own, and I'm working on this. So I'm wondering, is there anything that I need to know?
Okay. So what do you have to share with Heidi? I'm getting this big yellow balloon that's just floating right up from the heart chakra. So it's lightness. It's effervescent. So more of that coming from you, more lightness and effervescence. And I'm not feeling it like the previous caller that it's that dense, but adding more lightness and effervescence is what you're being called to do. And so floating, which is effortless, right? There's nothing holding you down. That's it. It's like you're feeling held down, but that's an illusion. You're truly not being held down. You're only being held down by your own fears and concerns about doing it right. And you can't do it wrong because you go out and you take the action and you evaluate the consequences, and if it's what you like, you do more, and if you don't like it, you don't do that again. So life is this exploration of choice and consequence, and so just get out there and do more, take more action, get moving in an effortless way though, because when you go out and start taking those actions, you're not clawing your way, you're not pushing and forcing through, you're floating like the balloon. So you're looking for those places where you can step forward and use your gift and your perspective and your wit and your laughter. These are their words, not mine. So there's a reason for that. So your wit and your laughter you're bringing to the equation, and just be playful about it and find where you can flow and do more of that. Does that help?
Sure, absolutely.
Cool. And thank you for reading my book. I really appreciate it. If you could go and leave a review on Amazon, that would be awesome, because then more people will find it and be helped.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so Stuart, here we go. Finally getting to you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you. Hi.
Yeah. I was just wondering if you got a general message from my guys before I fall asleep. It's nearly 1 o'clock in the morning here. So.
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. It's my choice to live here, so I have to put up with it.
Yes, okay. Well, next time when you come, just remind me about that, and I can get you in earlier so that you don't have to stay.
No problem.
All
It's
right.
interesting anyway.
I'm just delighted to meet you.
Education.
Okay, cool. So what do you have to share with Stuart? The first thing I'm seeing is grass, very green, bright, and the fragrance of grass. Oh, and it's filling my nostrils, and it's like, wow, it's so pungent and so strong. I don't know, do you have grass around you where you're at?
No grass at the moment, no. I am connected to nature very closely. That's my biggest thing. So it's part of that. There's no grass around at the moment.
Okay, so grass is really important for some reason. So yeah, more grounding. They're wanting you to get out, and now the trees are coming. So the grass and the trees and nature. So it's about you getting out and connecting more with that side of your life, because it's missing from it right now. So that will help to feed your soul. You're going to feel uplifted by that energy. Tree energy is important for you, as is the grass, because it's you know, it's all connected. And so it's you getting up, and I'm feeling like something running under the ground under your feet as you're walking. It's like the earth is coming alive under your feet, Stuart, and you can almost feel it as you're, and so now I'm seeing you barefoot in the grass, and you're absorbing. There are messages and energy coming to you from the earth as you're out there experiencing this. This is a call to you. I don't know, is it about being a messenger? Is that what it is? It's like there's some important information that's waiting to come to you, Stuart, and it's an invitation, it's a beckoning. How does that feel?
You have mentioned trees in the past.
You cut out, I
Can you hear me
didn't.
still?
You're
So
going.
you have mentioned trees in the past.
Yeah, I was seeing these really big old trees. So it's connecting with kind of an ancient wisdom. That's what it feels like. And maybe this is about you channeling more. So here's the thing, if it's about you channeling more, then you don't have to physically go to the trees. If they're not near you, then you can do that through channeling, right?
Mm-hmm.
How does that feel?
It feels calming. And it's also as if, nature has been missing in some ways. So there is a piece that's coming from that, which is good. So I need to work on that.
Yeah, it's like, bam, as you said that, the puzzle piece fit in, and it's like there was this big pie, and there was a slice missing, and as you said that, it clicked into place, and now it's a complete circle.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
okay.
pretty cool. So yeah, I think that's what it's about. Does that help?
Yeah, it's very interesting. And I think I need to obviously think about it and work with trees and nature more, because I'm not in nature as much as I used to be, and that is a bit that's missing, definitely.
Yeah, that energy is important to you. That's what I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
You
mm-hmm.
are. And so now I'm getting a picture of you, like, I don't think you were a tree, but I'm seeing you as a tree with your roots deeply rooted in the earth, and this wisdom and sharing it with the world. So yeah, again, there's that, right? You're not sharing your wisdom with the world in the way that your soul would desire to.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, again, like holding out the hands. Come and dance, Stuart. We have this beautiful dance we want to do with you, but you've got to show up.
Yeah, that's something.
So in whatever way you choose to do that.
Yeah, no, I have in some ways been isolated because of my nature. So that's an interesting thing. So let me see how I will make that happen.
Yeah, let me know. I'm excited to hear about it, because it's big. Whatever it is, it's very big. And you're ready. So I'm now seeing you hugging a tree. So it's like you're out there embracing this big, humongous tree.
I can see a picture of a tree now, right this moment in my mind.
In your heart, it's like a coming home moment. Feels very fulfilling, and it's just opening you right up. And here's the other thing that's now hitting me is, like, when you do this, Stuart, you will have more to give your family and children, because it's like you're that father tree imparting that wisdom to the girls. It's beautiful.
Okay.
Awesome.
Now I can see the trees, and specifically big tree in Africa right this moment as you're talking. So
yeah, so
let me go and connect with that.
That's beautiful. I can't wait to hear about that.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I don't want to take up everyone else's time.
No, you're good. Thanks for coming. I so appreciate you. All right. And Sessica, you said that your mic doesn't work. So you're looking for good, positive changes in your life. You lost your family, finances, and friends over the past 15 years. I'm sorry. That is rough. So what about your relationship with your sons that's been very stressed? Okay, so I hope I'm saying it right. Sessica, what do you have to share with her about all of this stress and darkness in her life and loss? Yeah, so I'm seeing this big pit, this humongous, big, open pit, dark. It's like everything went flowing into that dark, endless pit, and it feels like it's trying to pull you in. So here's the thing, though. Your soul is not ready to be pulled into that endless pit, and that's why you're here. You're looking to get out of that in the sunshine. And so I see you standing at the edge of that pit, and you're holding a rope. It's like you're trying to pull the stuff back out of the pit. It's gone. You have to let go of that rope so it doesn't pull you into the pit. So let that rope go. And of course, this is, energetically, metaphorically, but let it go. What's gone is gone. You can't bring it back. So this is about you coming into the present, Sessica, focusing on what's light and positive in your todays. Let the tomorrows go. They're only going to pull you into that pit and keep you there. And you're not ready to go there. You're ready to get into the sunshine again. So drop that rope, baby steps, because this is going to be new and different for you. It's a shifting of how you've been showing up in the world. So baby steps toward the light, little at a time. Find those things that feel good to you. So I want you to go to your solar plexus, right? Feel through your solar plexus. Try different things. Find something that feels really wonderful, and then stay there and soak that up. Let that feed your soul and fill you up. And also the meditation that I talked about earlier for somebody else, where you visualize your vessel being filled to overflowing, right? You need to fill yourself up because you're very depleted. So if you don't have something that will do that for you, go to my website and get the well-being meditation. It's delightful. It will help you to regenerate and hopefully spark you to more engage with life again, because that's what you need. You're not here just to pass time. Your soul is here to experience and expand. That's what it's craving. So a little bit at a time, start coming out of that darkness and moving into the light, and you'll start feeling better. The hope will be reignited. The relationship with your children will be impacted when you shift your energy. It has to, because your energy will be different. So the way they interact with you must change. So you can set out your intentions for whatever you want it to change to, and hopefully they'll meet you halfway. But whatever they do is their choice. Don't let that impact on your journey. Just set your intentions for what you want that's in your highest and best, and start moving forward on your journey. Because it's like I said, you're hanging onto that rope, which is like an anchor, keeping you attached to that pit of darkness and despair. And your soul says, no, you want to soar like a beautiful bird. You're that dove that's wanting to fly free and experience the world. And more love will come in as you go out and open yourself up to those opportunities, because you've just been shut away from everything. So I hope that helps, Osasika. Give me a thumbs up if that helps. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so Raymond, I don't know if you're still here, because I don't see everybody at this moment, but you've been in several difficult relationships, 15 years. Wow, 15 today, huh? And you wonder if it's because of old karma that's trying to balance, or unresolved karma. So, okay, what do you have to tell Raymond about relationships? What's going on? Because I'm presuming, Raymond, you're looking for more stability and happiness in your relationships. So, Raymond, I'm seeing you hanging onto the bottom of a helicopter. So I don't know what it is today with helicopters, but here you are, you're hanging onto the rails and you're flying around on this helicopter. And so it's like, here you are flying across your life. You're not engaging with it. You're watching it go by, because there you are, detached from everything. So if you want to have better and more fulfilling relationships, you have to engage. Raymond's got to show up. So it's like you've got this big fear ball, I can feel it in the solar plexus, holding you back because of past bad experiences. And so what that's doing is it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, and you have more bad experiences. It's time to take out the trash, clear away the clutter, let that go. You don't have to choose more bad experiences. But as long as you're focused on unsuccessful relationships, that's what you will attract. So look around at relationships that you admire, that feel good to you, that you would like to have for yourself. Spend some time with those people and soak up that energy. It's almost like you're painting yourself with that energy, so that when you go out in the world, you will be a beacon for that kind of a relationship. And I know that sounds silly, but that's what I'm seeing, Raymond. So try that. It will be a shift in the way that you interact with people. But I want you to let go of the fear and the old memories and focus on what's good and happy now, and let that expand. And as you do, your heart is going to open, and you will make room for that relationship, because right now it's pretty shut down and there's no room for it to come in. So you can't even have that kind of relationship because that wall is between you. It's shut down. So let me know if that makes sense, Raymond.
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
Oh, there you are. Hey, awesome. So yeah, try that and let me know how that feels. But it's really important that hanging around with people who are having the great relationships that you want to have for yourself.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming today. And Natalie said that the message to Joanne about trusting for everybody. Yeah, it's always that way, Natalie, because anything that comes through, it's always for everybody, because we all have bits and pieces of this that we're working on and learning and expanding. That's why it's so great to come and just hear all the messages. So, Isla, you're wanting to know if you have a connection with Sirius Star and anything from your guides. So let's see what Isla's guides have to say. Yeah, I do feel the connection with Sirius. So that's on target. And I'm getting the word soaring. Soaring is just soaring through my brain right now for you, Isla. So this is about you just floating on the winds of joy and delight. And I see this big smile on your face, and you are filled with such peace and joy. It's just a beauty to behold. And it's like, it's very spiritual and it's very angelic feeling. So I feel that connection that you have with your spiritual side and with your angels and guides. And they're holding your hands and you're just soaring through the air with them. So not so much a message, Isla, it's a validation for you that, yeah, keep doing more of that. And let them take you higher and further, because there's so much more yet to explore and so much more joy. And share this with others, Isla, because so few people in this lifetime have discovered that for themselves. So blast it out onto the winds for everybody to hear that this is possible for you. And come on for the ride, because, yeah, baby, it's delightful. So that's what comes for you, Isla. I hope that's helpful. Okay. Debbie, yes. Let's see what about your career. Okay, so for Debbie, what do you have to share with Debbie about her career? Oh, and I'm feeling like this big truck going along a bumpy road and kicking up dust. So it's an old bumpy gravel road. And so that's the present. There's been lots of bumps and lots of smoke and confusion and discomfort, because that gravel is like really uncomfortable to travel over. But then running parallel to that gravel road is this beautifully paved, gorgeous road. And all along your journey, there have been connecting roads between those two. So you could have taken, I'm seeing a right for some reason, it's to the right. That's interesting. You could have taken a right and gotten onto that smoother path at any time. There were many opportunities to shift onto the smoother path. But for some reason, and I'm feeling like it's that false sense of pride at doing it the hard way, at being the one who's going to succeed where others have failed. And just know, Debbie, if that's what it is, that is something that men have programmed into us, that false sense of pride. That's from old religious teaching that you had to do it the hard way. And no, you don't. The guides are always laughing at us and saying, hello, you get no brownie points for doing it the hard way. You can do it the easy way, because guess what? When you do it the easy way, you get to have more delightful experiences. All you're doing is a form of self-torture by engaging in doing it the hard way. So the next time, Debbie, that you notice on your right that beautiful paved pathway and you see an opportunity to turn to the right, do it. Go for it. Take the leap of faith and go on the smoother path. You will find it's like just the most delightful, joyous ride you've ever had, because no smoke, no bumpy gravel, just smooth sailing. And it will be so much more pleasurable and easy. And that, of course, will spill out into other areas of your life that will also flow with more ease, because you've stopped doing things the hard way. And now I'm feeling like this prickly cactus that just came along and spiked you in the rear end to really make sure you got the message. So I hope that's helpful. Let me know. Okay, so the gentleman from earlier with the diabetes, your mic is broken. So you said it helped, and okay, so you're wanting more depth on various healing modalities. Some of those I don't know about, but definitely send me an email and I'll get you connected with the one to open your third eye, because maybe that's what you need to take you to the next step so that you can step into those other areas like the DNA activation. So definitely do that. And Isla, I don't know if the lady with the autoimmune, that was Gail, right? Autoimmune got this message in chat or not, but Isla said that gluten-free will help a lot with your autoimmune, and juice in the morning, vitamin C, D, B12, and 6 support your body. So Gail, if you don't have the chat up where you can see those messages, you might want to, on the bottom of your screen, click on chat and take a look at that and save that message. And then, oh, another one for you, Gail. Daniel posted some links with some autoimmune information. This is awesome. Thank you all for jumping in and helping each other. This is just, it's so beautiful. I love this. Yeah, there's some more links from Daniel. And then Daniel's asking about your dad. Something in limbo and lots of unhappiness and confusion, it sounds like. So let's just see, Daniel, if they have something to say to you about your dad. Yeah, you know what is that movie, Frozen? Let it go, let it go. I'm hearing that song. Let it go, Daniel. That's what it's about for you. Whatever it was that your dad was doing to you and at you and about you, let it go. It's over. It feels like he wasn't totally in his right mind. There was something off. And that's not your fault. That has nothing to do with you. So if you've taken it on and you've accepted any negativity or blame, just know it's not yours and you can let it go. Transmute it.
Well, yeah, some of it is about just, you know, because he was, I mean, even though, I mean, his last interaction was horrible, and then he died before we had a chance to even speak again. And as a child, he would always, you'd get drunk and then call up and try to get me as a, you know, 7, 8-year-old to be the matchmaker and get them back together. So I didn't realize until my 20s that I was reliving basically what I had learned as a child, that I was sabotaging all my relationships because of what I had gone through. But this was only like maybe 6-10 years ago that he passed away. And Natasha is very spiritually gifted. And there was a couple times that I was having these horrible, horrible panic attacks. And I would like, I knew something, how it was connected with him. And I think that even though I'm, you know, it wasn't something I came up with. It was something she maybe ask about this. Maybe there's something that needs to be remedied. It's more because he is my father and I still care about him on some level. And I want to know that he is not still clinging to this negativity that is holding him in a state that he's unable to reach the next level. I guess that's maybe more of my concern. I think mostly personally, even though he wasn't a very good father, I had wonderful family members that took up slack. I have no, I don't feel I was neglected in any way at all. So I was very fortunate, even without having father as a father figure. I had my grandfather and my other family uncles that you know, took me in you know, to baseball you know, tournaments and things like that, you know, that, you know, I was very fortunate. But there is still some question about, because it was such a or, you know, like in the obituary, he put his dogs that were named like Stormy, Rainy, and something like, man, you know, that was just another kick in the stomach after, you know, going through it, and then basically being told you didn't exist, you know, in a sense. But,
Yeah. So
you know, and more for me was like, you know, because we were going to go to the funeral, and then, you know, my sister and myself, and they were told that we would have been banned from it. I'm like, no shit, really? They're going to this type of level for this?
yeah.
But,
So
you know, it is what it is, you know. And
just know that that's mental illness, because people do that when they're having issues, and just
sure.
let it go, Daniel. And you
Yeah,
don't worry about his soul. That's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
your business. That's his journey.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
when you let it go, when you cut that cord, sever that energetic tie, let him move
Yeah.
on to what he's going to do. Don't let it hold you back and cause you pain, because you've got like all these daggers that you're carrying around. It's time to start taking them out. Get rid of them one by one. You're already started. Let that one go too.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Okay.
holding on to that and remembering
Yeah.
all those
Like,
negative things, that's just self-torture. Let it go.
yeah. Well, like I said, it was, you know, Natasha just brought it up, and I thought I'd ask because,
Yeah.
you know, it wasn't something had come to mind, you know, in I don't know how long. So
You just
I
need
think
to
for the most part.
let it go. So that's your new song. You can sing that for the next few days as you focus on
Okay.
releasing it all. Awesome.
Okay.
Thanks.
I can handle that. So,
Awesome.
okay. Thank you, Deborah. It's always, you know, so cool to have you, you know, do this. And like you're saying with, you know, the other people helping, it's always such an array of people, you know, of different eclectic backgrounds. And I find it wonderful. You know, I find it just hearing the accents, seeing the people, you know, and no one of us looks like the other. And I think it's amazing. So I think you do a wonderful, wonderful thing. So I hope you continue.
Yes.
And
thank you, but I got to run now because I have.
Yeah. Mhm.
Thanks.
For sure. Yep.
Is there anybody here who hasn't gone yet? I want to be sure I get to everybody at least once. You can just unmute yourself and let me know if I've missed you. David, I haven't.
Hey, Deborah. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm in the process of selling my business, and I'm honestly just curious. I think I might have a couple people interested, but I'm trying to do it quickly, and I was curious if you had any thoughts on that.
Okay. So what about David selling his business? Definitely a green light on selling it.
Great.
What were you wanting to know about it specifically?
The timing, is it like by August 1st or?
Okay. Does it appear that the sale will happen before August 1st? No.
No.
No, and I'm getting don't rush it. This needs to come together in the right timing for you to get the best deal. If that makes sense. So don't, again, you know, that comes back to what we talked about earlier, David, about not forcing things. Allowing them to flow, because perhaps the right buyer hasn't shown up yet. And the universe is like giving you a pause so that you can allow the time for that, excuse me, for that person to show up. So don't rush it. Selling it is optimal and it will happen. So just flow with it.
Oh, okay. Very good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming.
Sure.
Okay. Is there anybody else that hasn't gone at least once? And then I'll get to the seconds. Okay. So I'll just read what you wrote. You're looking for general messages and you want to know if you said you don't want to be on video. Sorry. Okay. You want to know about getting married. Okay. So for Diana, what do you have to tell her about getting married? So for getting married, I'm getting a non-committal answer. So it's really up to you. Do you want to get married? And if you do, then it's about you stepping into that intention and energetically attracting that relationship to you. And the best and fastest way to do that, Diana, is to get yourself centered, get into alignment with your soul purpose. Do what feeds your soul, because when you do that, your whole energy will shift and you will become a magnet to the exact kind of person that you want to have a relationship with. So that's the most important thing to do. And just look for things that are joyful and do more of those. And keep doing that until you find that click where it's like, oh my gosh, I would do this forever for free because it feels so delightful. And then do more of those things that bring you joy and delight. And that is getting into alignment. That's the simplest explanation I can give you. So I hope that's helpful. Let's just see if they have anything else to say to you. I'm hearing joy to the world. I don't know if that's a song that means anything to you, Diana, but it's either that or it's just putting a stamp on getting out and doing things that are more joyful. So it's probably a combination of those two. Heidi says, what does my soul mean by do it on my own? Do you want to unmute yourself and just clarify that for me, Heidi? Are you still there? I see you.
Oh, I'm trying to figure out how to.
I gotcha. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. That in a reading that I had, the woman told me that my soul wanted me to do this on my own, and I'm trying to do that, but I don't really understand what that means. So I thought, maybe if I had a better understanding, I could move forward with more confidence.
Okay, so let's see what they have to say about. What do you want to tell Heidi about doing it on her own? And like a neon sign, I'm getting this word action that's flashing back and forth. That's about doing it on your own. It's taking action. So Heidi, it's about looking for the breadcrumbs, the inspired ideas, and then taking action. Don't hesitate. Get out there and move and take the action when you get the inspiration. Because what will happen is if you don't act on it when you get it and you recognize it, that opportunity may go away. It won't be there forever. Others will come. So when you miss one, say, okay, I missed it. I'll be more aware next time. I'll be more vigilant. And the next time you get that inspired breadcrumb, grab it and run with it. Take the action. Evaluate the results. Is it what you wanted? Does it bring you joy? And if it does, keep going. Look for more and just keep following those breadcrumbs. It's like you're Gretel on that journey, and you're picking up those breadcrumbs because they're very important. And then, examine the breadcrumb. What is it all about? What is the message? And then go take that action. Does that help?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. So let's see who comes next. Kat, you have another question. Go ahead.
So I'm about to move to another state and having a little bit more difficult than I thought. So maybe if there's a message for my move, whether it's about the move or what the move's about or the reason.
What do you have to tell Kat about her move? I'm feeling like choppy waters, like you want it to be smooth and easy, but there's some difficulties, some obstacles and choppy waters. So it's like, well, Kat, if you can't travel safely and easily by sea, then look for another way to travel. And of course, this is a metaphor, right? So look for a different way of doing it. Again, it's that don't push against and struggle against closed doors. Look for the open doors, because those are the paths that are going to be easier. So less struggle and more flow. That's what you're needing to do in all areas of your life, but you're specifically focused on this move. So when you're in the process of doing this and making choices and taking action, be tuned in to how does it feel? Does it feel like it's flowing? Or does it feel like there's a lot of friction and stickiness? And if it feels that way, then stop and look for how you can do it slightly differently. Look for the easier, smoother path. Does that make sense?
So, yeah, I mean, I don't feel the flow. I don't feel flow, but at the same time, I'm moving in 2.5 weeks, and I'm not sure where I'm moving to. And I'm having a lot more difficulty than I thought. And I'm having so many people around me kind of giving me pressure, and I'm not really in the flow, and I'm not sure what to do.
Well, remember, when you're in that place of stress and worry, you are blocking the breadcrumbs of inspiration. So again, it's about whatever you can do to relax. Grab my well-being meditation off the website. That will help you. And keep doing it until you can stay in that space more often. But it's also a big dollop of trust. It's about trusting that your guides really are there. Because, Kat, they're surrounding you. They've got you encircled. You are firmly within their grasp, and they will be there holding you up each step of the way. And if you take a misstep, it's okay. They're going to help you immediately. So they'll bring something else to help you with whatever that difficulty is. That's the flow. It's not struggling and trying to do things the hard way. It's if something's not working, then stop doing it and look for something else that you can do. And you will get the inspired idea, but you need to be in that relaxed state so that that inspiration can come in. And if it's new for you, it will take a little practice. It's harder in the beginning, but it's okay. Just keep practicing and trying and test things and see if they work. If there's any part of you that feels like it's an inspired idea, but you're not sure, go do it and see, does it work? You'll know pretty quickly whether it does, because that's what happens when you're new to this. You'll get the breadcrumb, but you'll doubt yourself. Your ego will tell you, oh, you're just making that up, right? And you won't do it. So do it anyway and see how it works out.
See, my feelings of the location is different than what is flowing. I don't know if that makes sense. And what's happening. And I'm getting, and I completely understand when there's blocks, that means it's not going to happen. And when it flows, that means it's going to happen. And it's kind of hard, if I had 2 months or 3 months like I did, then I would probably, I'm on one end trusting, on the other end I'm like, I can't because I don't have the time.
Okay, so what I'm getting is it doesn't have to be a leap from one to the other. Think about what could you do in the interim. Could there be like a temporary stopping place in between to give you more time to figure out where the ultimate place is? Is that an option? Look for that as an option, because interim is coming up really strongly.
Okay.
And that may be why you're blocked, because you're only seeing the black and white from here to there. But what if you took a smaller leap in between?
Okay. Okay. That was also an option, but I couldn't figure it out if that was the option. And that was my problem, is that I have A, B, and C, and I can't figure out if that was the option. So that kind of breaks it down a bit.
Great, because interim came very strongly, so that's important for you.
Yes, that is important for me, because now I understand what my options, they kind of break it down a bit.
Awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're so welcome. So, Lorena, go ahead and unmute yourself. You had another question?
Yes. So I don't know if it's like a two-part question, but I guess my question is if what my karmic lesson is in this lifetime. And I don't know if that is intertwined with my soul purpose. I mean, I know everybody's soul purpose is to be happy and to be loved, but obviously there's more specifics to everyone's life when we're in this world. So I don't know if it's intertwined, and if it is, what is it?
I'm not sure I quite follow. Can you say that again?
So I said I wanted to know what my karmic lesson is in this lifetime, if it's intertwined with what my soul purpose is in this earth.
Mm-hmm. Well, they always are, because we choose to incarnate into our present lifetime based upon things that we want to clear up and learn from past lifetimes. So you start out with all that karmic baggage, and a big part of your journey here is resolving those issues, learning those lessons, and releasing the old karma. So is there something specifically that you want to know about?
Yes, I want to know what my karmic lesson is in this lifetime.
Well, it's not just one, it's many. So let me just ask if there's one in particular, because it feels like maybe that's what you're going for.
Okay.
So for Lorena, what big karmic lesson does she need to work on? And I'm hearing very loudly, forgiveness. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, I'm in that process of learning to forgive, and I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? And basically open my heart and go with love. And I think that's the hardest part. And I don't know if that's just in one area or every single area of my life, because I can forgive easily certain people and I can't forgive depending on the situation, I believe.
And so I'm hearing this song, I want you, you, you. So start with you. That's what it's telling me. You got to forgive you. That's the huge part. Once you do that, it's like dominoes and you'll be able to forgive others. You're not forgiving yourself. So it's about you learning to truly embrace and love this magnificent, resplendent, brilliant soul that you are. To really get that. And then let all that other stuff fall away. And from there, you will have more flow. You will have more love for others. And forgiveness won't even really be an issue because you'll just be filled with so much joy and love. And you won't hang around with people that are going to do things that need to be forgiven, right? You won't choose that. You'll choose better for you because you deserve better.
I mean, yeah, that's true. And I guess it's maybe the forgiveness is for myself is to allow myself to be who I am,
Mm-hmm.
to allow people to see who I really am.
Yes.
With my weird quirks and my weird beliefs, I guess, to other people.
Well, that's who people want to know. They really want to know the real you. Don't hide that. That is the magnificence that you have to share with the world. So fully embody that, just be it. And guess what? The people who don't like it will fall away, and they're not the ones you want around you anyway. You want the ones who are attracted to that quirky, wonderful you. That's the world you're building for yourself.
Right. And I guess like my thought is like, other than forgiveness, is my sole purpose is to inspire people to look within and see what changes they need to, or what healing needs to occur within them in the process of me healing myself.
It's huge because that's what came out very strongly. I mean, when they show me a song, it's always for extra emphasis. And that one was you over and over again, right? So it's like, take care of you first and the rest will fall into place.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
Yes.
So let me know
Thank
how
you.
that goes. You're welcome. And Debbie said that she got stung by a bee in the behind, so that it's like, oh my gosh. Now I understand why I got the visual of the cactus in the butt. That is too funny. And there's a new position that's opening up and it was a bumpy ride. Cool. Thanks for that validation, Debbie. That's always so helpful. Because I don't know, I share this stuff with you guys. You have to let me know if it makes sense or not. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else I've missed here in the comments. Okay, well then I'm going to go to Jen. We're going to wrap everything up with Jen because I promised we'd come back to you.
Hi, thank you.
Hi.
So my recent life has been like a fast freight train and a ping pong ball. I've gone through a lot of difficult times. Thank you for speaking to my daughter earlier. So I have a hard time with the question. I know my guys are going to tell you to tell me to have more fun. I feel like I'm definitely on the right path. I feel like I have many crossroads and decisions and choices to make. And I know that they feel like I just need to choose something and that they're here for me. I'm ready for my true love. I've been real resistant on meeting anybody. I'm very stubborn there, so I'm ready for that to move forward. So I'm not sure what question to ask. Maybe the direction, if they do see on location. I'm selling my home. I'm ready to just start afresh and move forward.
Okay, so for Jen, what do you have to share with her about fresh starts? This is weird. I'm hearing this old hymn, When the Roll is Called Up Yonder. Do you know that song?
No.
I'll see if I can find it. Send me an email and remind me, and I'll find it on YouTube and send it to you so you can hear it. There probably is something in those lyrics that's important for you to get. Because usually when they do that, if you don't recognize the song, it's something in the lyrics.
Okay.
And it's not one of those common hymns that you hear a lot, but that's just what came up. Okay, so back to Jen. What else do you have to share with Jen? Yeah, I'm seeing you driving a car and blue skies, and the light is kind of muted. It's not real bright. And so that to me is evocative of what you've been feeling, like life is a little muted, right? And so you're on this long journey, and it seems like you're driving and driving forever, and you're not going to get there. But what they're saying is, Jen, hang on, because it is just around the corner. It feels like forever, but relax into it and trust that we are with you on this journey. You're not alone. And you will get there in the divine timing. So enjoy the steps along the way, because here's the thing. If you're always focused upon tomorrow, you're not enjoying today. And you're missing out on so much on a daily basis. So they want you to just, even the breathing of the fresh air, appreciate that. Appreciate the nature around you. The fact that you have this amazing daughter, even though you're on a difficult journey together right now. But find those little things to be in appreciation for, because that will shift your energy. And in the doing, again, that's bringing you into more alignment, so that you will attract more of that which you're seeking. And as far as the relationship, that's feeling a bit like a bumpy road at the moment. And so I think it's feeling like it's a timing issue. The timing isn't quite right. You've got things you need to work on yourself before you introduce the complications that a relationship can represent. But it's there. I see it ahead on the road. It's like a hitchhiker. Hitchhiker's waiting for you to come along and pick them up, Jen. So it's there. You're just not there yet. So focus on being present in the moment. Savor that and know that those other things are still ahead of you on the journey, and you will get there. Does that help?
That does help. I kind of knew that. That just confirms it. I kind of had a weird message to myself last night. It was like the phoenix flying out of the burning, that I would eventually fly out of the soot or the flames, or whatever they're called.
Yeah,
thank you.
Baby steps are always important, especially when you're feeling stressed. So
and
don't.
What was that song? I'll send you an email if you want.
When the roll is called up yonder, and it's roll like ROLL.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Okay.
Okay, gang, I think that is it then. Let me just see if there's any more. Joanne wants to know if you can ever miss a divine timing. Yeah, absolutely, because it's your free choice, right? So you can have an opportunity that's right there blazing in front of you, and for whatever reason, fear or confusion, you don't do it, and you miss it. But here's the thing. Your guides will bring it around again, because if it's something that's meant for you, you'll be presented with more opportunities. So don't lament the fact that you missed it. In fact, congratulate yourself that you actually realized there was something there that you missed, because next time you'll be able to see it. So this is about you learning to see those messages when they come along so that you can act on them. But then when you do start seeing them, acting quickly is always a wise thing for a soul. Awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to have to run because I have another call in a few minutes. But thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate your energy and your presence. So until next month, bye.